good Monday afternoon. Thanks for joining us today. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox, and we are tracking strong storms today, potentially some of these going severe with some strong wind gusts associated with them. But really the big topic for today is that record-breaking heat, okay? Temperatures are on the rise, topping out right around the midweek, okay? So it's warm today, it's even warmer tomorrow, even hotter on Wednesday. And yes, we are using the H word now, and we're not talking about hail, we're talking about that heat. It is going to be hot over the next few days. Today, in terms of that hail risk, we have a marginal risk. So we're talking about maybe ping pong, golf ball size hail today, anywhere from Tennessee to Florida and the Carolinas. We'll talk about who exactly has the best chance for larger hailstones. But wait until the midweek to the end of this week. That's whenever we really start to see that activity pick up. Alrighty, I can already see a few people jumping on, putting your questions in the chat. So we've got Joshua on YouTube right now. Thanks for joining us, Joshua. Put your weather questions in the chat. I can see that right over here. But in the meantime, while I wait for those questions to come in, let's talk about something really cool that we are doing here at Hail Trace. So this week is Hail Trace's 15-year anniversary. We've been a company for 15 years, so we are giving back to our clients. Here's a giveaway. We are giving away a drone that has a 4K camera with it. It's really, really cool, and all that you have to do to enter into that giveaway is record a video or just write a post about how Hail Trace has helped your company succeed over the last 15 days or 15 years. Tag Hail Trace in that post and use the hashtag. This is important. This is how we find your entry. Use the hashtag 15 years of Hail Trace. Then you will be entered into winning that drone. We're going to be doing the drawing at the very end of this month. So we are excited about that. We've already had several entries and we've had a lot of fun reading all of those comments about how Hail Trace has helped your company over the last few years. Alrighty, taking a look at the reflectivity right now. We've got some showers going on right now out near Charleston, out near South Carolina, portions of North Carolina included in that as well. But for the most part, we're pretty dry in this area. For now, we're going to see more showers and storms later on today, and some of those could go severe. Now, over the weekend, we saw a few high wind, maybe a few hail reports out in the northwest, but for the most part, this was a relatively quiet weekend. We didn't have any 3-star storms that I know about, but we are watching for that potential later on this week. Today, that big risk for severe storms is going to be down in the southeast, anywhere from Florida to Georgia, South and North Carolina, and even portions of southern Tennessee included in that risk. And you can see exactly why. We have what's called a triple point in this area. That is where we have 3 different fronts, triple, get it, 3 different fronts, moving or connecting all at the same spot. So we've got that cold front, we've got that stationary front, all connecting right south of Atlanta over here. So that's going to help to spur up some activity as we go into the afternoon and evening hours. Then we've also got that low pressure system sitting over Arkansas right now, also bringing in some moisture to this area. So what is happening here is this low pressure system is kind of putting a river of moisture all the way up into places like Atlanta, the rest of Georgia, the Carolinas, and that's keeping it really, really damp in this area, also increasing that flooding risk out to the southeast. So that's really what we're watching for today, that good flooding risk. We've also got a good chance for small to medium-sized hailstones. I'm not going to call them too large here. One thing that we're really watching for today is that high wind, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a few minutes, and we've also got that tornado risk. Temperatures right now, it's warmer right now than it was yesterday, and yesterday felt pretty hot here in Oklahoma. 78 in Oklahoma City, 77 in Kansas City, 80 degrees out in Denver, even 79 in Minneapolis. It's really warm out there right now. And it's just going to get hotter. All of that heat that we've got up to the north right now is going to stick around, even spreading throughout the rest of the U.S. as we head into the middle of the work week. Whew, Wednesday looks hot out there. You can see anywhere from Houston all the way up to the Dakotas. We have warm temperatures. Now, one of the things that we need for severe weather is that heat. Okay, so oftentimes we'll get it whenever we have a high pressure system. Sometimes we'll just have diurnal heating, which is just heating from the sun. That's really what's going to help for our severe weather. So we'll talk about that in just a few minutes, but just remember that we've got some warm temperatures out there, and then we'll talk about the moisture that's coming in. We'll talk about the low pressure that's coming in, and that's going to help to bring us some more severe weather later on this week. But let's go to that future radar here. Let's talk about today first. It's a marginal risk for strong storms today. What we're watching for are most of these storms non-severe. A few of them are going to strengthen enough to go severe. That means that over quarter-size hail or higher than 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Now, I do think that we could have a pretty good chance for some strong winds today. Your hail risk is low. We also have a tornado risk on the board. That's mainly anywhere between now into the evening hours. And you can see that it starts to clear out a little bit later on this evening. Tomorrow, we don't have a severe weather risk. Could we see some strong storms out there? Yes, but your severe risk is going to be very low. That changes as we head into Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Okay, all of that starts to change, and we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. That hail risk today, I mentioned this earlier, it's pretty low still. We could see maybe up to ping pong golf ball size hail. What we really want from this model is those yellow areas to turn anywhere from orange to red, and we're really just not seeing that today. So it's a pretty low risk for marginally severe hail, maybe up to the size of a ping pong or golf ball. I think I put golf ball for your max hail size today. So unlike last week at this time, we were looking at baseball, softball size hail last week. We are looking at golf ball size hail for today. Where could we see that hail risk? That I put anywhere from Atlanta all the way up to Greenville, South Carolina. So this is the area that I have pinpointed for the largest hailstones today. However, I have kept this risk, if we can put on the risks here, in the low category. All of those highlighted in green. So a low risk down in Jacksonville, a low risk in Atlanta, a low risk for this large hail in Greenville, South Carolina. I just think that it's going to be a pretty small chance to get hail today. Now, I do think that we're going to have a better chance for high winds today, that anywhere up to about 75 miles an hour. And that tornado forecast, it's a level 1, but still something to take seriously here. Highlighted in green, we could see a few tornadoes anywhere from Charleston, South Carolina, all the way along the east side of Georgia and down the east side of Florida as well. So again, a level 1 risk, but still something to take seriously. Alrighty, moving on now, let's take a look at your future radar. You can see that we've got some rain going on right now. That's going to continue as we head into the rest of the afternoon and evening hours. And wrapping up, I think right around sunset tonight, I think that we'll start to see the severe risk go down. Now, moving on to what you can expect later on this week, because a big story in the forecast is that we have more active weather, a better chance for strong to severe storms later on this week. So we're talking Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Let's take a look at Wednesday first. Wednesday, low chance for severe weather in the Dakotas all the way down to Nebraska and even the western side of Iowa. However, by Thursday, that's what really starts to pique my attention here, because I think on Thursday, the Midwest is going to be the bullseye for severe weather. Now, we have talked over and over about when is Chicago going to get storms. We have had people asking about Chicago over and over and over the last few weeks. All right, it's here. Thursday, that is your day. That is the next chance for you to get strong to severe storms in Chicago. And I even have a few people asking on YouTube right now, what about Ohio? Joshua is asking about Ohio, your day, also Thursday, especially along the western side of the state. However, I don't think that your risk will end there. You'll have a few more risks because we go into an active pattern here. I think that Wednesday and Thursday will kind of start to set off this active pattern. And what we like to say about severe weather is once that switch is flipped on, it's on, and it's hard to turn it back off. So we'll see what happens there. But Thursday is that next chance for the Midwest. As we head into Friday, that risk shifts down to the east a little bit into places like northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, western side of Kentucky, and Tennessee. By Saturday, we don't have a risk on the board yet. However, I wouldn't be surprised if we see one pop up over the next few days as we get more information. We're still about, 5-6 days out from those storms on Saturday, so we'll have more information in the next few days. Now, all of this severe weather is brought to you by a low pressure system that's in a trough that's out to the west right now. So it's hanging out along the west coast, cooler temperatures out there. But what it's going to do is as it moves into the plains and out to the Midwest, it's going to bring those strong winds aloft with it. And what we watch for here are those oranges and reds that are trying to mix in right in the center of this trough. Do you guys see that right here? What we're going to be watching for are these short waves that are propagated off of this trough that'll be moving out to the east by the mid to end of this week. And because we're seeing these short waves just kind of continue to come by, what we're watching for is a very active setup. As I mentioned, not just Thursday, not just Friday, but also the potential to see that on Saturday as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. Again, it looks to be pretty active. Look at next Monday. We have another chance for another trough to come through right along the plains. So this is something, it's a very similar setup to what we saw last week at this time, and we told you guys, watch for the middle of the week, watch for the middle of the week, and now we are seeing that come to fruition this week. So we'll keep an eye on it, but again, just a little recap here. Late week storm activity, all hazards on the board here, the potential for tornadoes, large hail, high wind in that area highlighted in red. Alrighty, taking a look at your temperature outlook here as we head into the middle to the end of May. Can you believe that May is flying by? What is today, like the 12th? Like we are in the middle of May officially. Well, as we head into the third, that's the third week? Yeah, the third week of May here. Temperatures do look to be above average, especially down in the southeast. Maybe a little bit cooler, getting a break from that summer-like heat up to the north. But it looks like this active pattern will continue because we have above average chances. We have really good chances for above average precipitation. So you guys know the drill here. I explain this all the time. In the winter, that could mean a lot of snow. In the summer or in the spring, you guys know what that means, storms. So if we can get this moisture in here, we have a pretty good chance for storms once again. And that goes not only for this week, but also into the third week of May. And as we kind of wrap up our forecast here, just a reminder that we do have a giveaway going on for a drone. It's about a $600 value, so it's a great get if you can win. We'll be doing the drawing at the very end of the month here. So how do you enter into this drawing? You record a video or write a post. It can be a simple post about how Hail Trace has helped your company succeed over the last few years. Has that been 15 days for you guys, or has that been 15 years? We have had some clients that have been here since the very beginning. Don't forget to tag us on any of our social media platforms. Every single post is another entry to win. And use the hashtag 15 years of Hail Trace. Very important to use that hashtag there. Alrighty, well, thanks for joining us today. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox, and we'll be back here with the forecast this time tomorrow as well. In the meantime, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And if you're interested in a hail, wind, or tornado map, give us a call at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com or head over to our website for more information. Okay, thanks for joining us today. We'll see you back here, same time, same place tomorrow.